watched her as she danced at a wedding here in town. The blue-eyed Jenny Rose in her bright flower gown, blue hair tied in ribbons, and her dress was trimmed in lace, and a light as bright as heaven smiled upon her face. And I took her by the hand as oh promise me they played, and I danced with Jenny Rose till the last song we stayed. Oh, eyes held me spellbound as we danced around the floor, and when the night was over I saw her to the door. Took her by the hand and we walked into the night, and I looked at Jenny Rose in the moonlight so bright. She knew then that I loved her, for plainly she could see. But when I went to kiss her, she turned away from me. She touched me on the cheek and said that she must leave. Your heart, said Jenny Rose, I've no wish to deceive, but love is a prison where the heart cannot escape. And much I wish to tell her, but words I could not shape. Love is a prison where my poor heart must dwell. Blue ribbons and blue eyes have locked me in this cell. There must be a garden where the pretty flowers grow, and if someday I find it, I'll dance with Jenny Rose. My tears I could not hide when I heard it on the news. He killed sweet Jenny Rose for her love he feared to lose. 3 shots fired in anger, jealous lover's spite, and the words she had told me came back to me that night. Love is a prison where my poor heart must dwell. Blue ribbons and blue eyes have locked me in this cell. There must be a garden where the pretty flowers grow, and if someday I find it, I'll dance with Jenny Rose. Love is a prison where my poor heart must dwell. Blue ribbons and blue eyes have locked me in this cell. There must be a garden where the pretty flowers grow, and if someday I find it, I'll dance with Jenny. Hey everyone, welcome to this is the 4th Saturday matinee. I am by myself today, so it's going to be a short show. That was one of my dad's songs. I'm going to do another cover later by another local songwriter, friend of mine, and first I'm going to do one of mine that has been covered by a local songwriter, so that's kind of cool. I've got a few songs that have been covered by people, but one of them I can't remember the words to, and one of them I already played on stream, and I have vowed not to repeat myself for a while, so we're going to hear new songs every week as long as we can do it. All right. This is about my old apartment. I used to live on 25th Street in Baltimore, and right around the corner from the auto bar. That was kind of cool. Right up the street from Station North, right after it started becoming a, arts district. And I was on the third floor. The heat didn't work, and I had no air conditioning. So the way I would air condition the apartment is I had this. The stairwell was in the middle of the apartment, so I had like a door that went past the stairwell, and I could open this giant window in the front room, and the windows all the way back in the kitchen. And since I was on the third floor, it was like a wind tunnel straight through there. So that's how I cooled off the apartment in the summer. And Lexa eventually made me get an air conditioner when she moved in. It's called 26th Street Overpass. There's a train that goes under there, and we can still hear it from our house, which is cool. Night when I lie awake, there's a train whistle blowing outside my door. Night when I lie awake, there's a train whistle blowing outside my door. Try to shut out the sound, but that train whistle's running underneath my floor. Little bird on the fence at 26 singing a lonesome song. Little bird on the fence at 26 singing a lonesome song. When that train rumbles by, well, that little bird will pick up and move along. It's so hot in the summer, fingering by the wind to come on by. I get so hot in the summer, fingering by the wind to come on by. If the wind can't stop by, well, that breeze from that train will suit me fine. Night when I lie awake, there's a train whistle blowing outside my door. Night when I lie awake, there's a train whistle blowing outside my door. The train rumbles by, well, that little bird will pick up and move along. The wind can't stop by, well, the breeze from that train will suit me fine. That's on the Baltimericana EP that my buddy Joe Scala produced for me. And fantastic songwriter. and very clever producer. He uses his house as an instrument. So I'm going to play a Joe Scala song. It's called Grounded. And his original demo of this was just like one of the most frenetic recordings I've ever heard. And it sounds like it was done in a hurry, but just like a really beautiful performance. So it really stuck with me. And since I play in Joe's band, I learned it pretty well when we played it. But performing it alone was a different story. It's about someone who goes off and joins the Air Force. Wake up sweating and the engine screaming and the sky's empty, but I can't ignore it. Somewhere up there in a V formation, I try to catch them, but they're already gone. Well, I left you standing on the screaming tarmac. You know, I never even tried to turn around, but I was a young man and I needed traveling, so I joined the Air Force, but I never left the ground. And oh, and I shake like hunger. Oh, and you're so far, and I thought I needed everything, but I just needed you. Wave them in now from over the ocean. 7 kilotons of angry steel and the screeching tires and the blurred motion. Such a mad machine on such a little wheel. And and I shake like hunger. Oh, and you're so far, and I thought I needed everything, but I just needed you. Dream of sunsets out over the ocean. The airman silhouetted against the sky, and they're at attention now on the flight deck, like pigeons string along a power line. I shake like hunger. Oh, and you're so far, and I thought I needed everything, but I just needed you. Oh, and I shake like hunger. Oh, and you're so far, and I thought I needed everything, but I just needed you. Gotta check the set list. It's on the screen. I'm gonna get like weird and close. Hello. How's it going? Oh yes. Okay. So I've been doing a traditional song most weeks. This is when I originally learned the Scottish version from a band called Old Blind Dogs, and Tom Waits did an American version, and a few other people have done it. Mine's probably closest to his. But so my friends Illy Amy, who are they're going to be the guests next week, or at least Rob and Kristen from Illy Amy will be guests next week. I can't fit the whole band in the room, at least not without some major effort. But Rob and Kristen will be here, and Heather Aubrey Lloyd, who we've covered her song Silent Little Bells, which is a murder ballad, does an annual show where they talk about murder ballads. And this is one that I believe they hadn't accounted for. And it's a great story, an extremely widespread story called The Two Sisters, or The Cruel Sister. And in it, one sister murders the other one over someone not wanting to marry her, which is a little unusual for who the murderer is. And in some of the versions, someone comes along later and finds her decayed body on the beach and makes a harp out of her chest and her rib cage and her hair. And the harp sings the song of how she died. In this one, it's just a straight ahead story where they tell about how she died and what happened to the people who did her in. It's called Two Sisters. There was an old woman lived by the seashore, bow and balance me. There was an old woman lived by the seashore and numbered her daughters 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll be true to my love if my love will be true to me. Well, there was a young man came there to see them, bow and balance me. There was a young man came there to see them, and the oldest one got stuck on him. And I'll be true to my love if my love will be true to me. While these two sisters were walking the shore, bow and balance me. While these two sisters were walking the shore, the oldest pushed the youngest oar. And I'll be true to my love if my love will be true to me. Oh sister, please lend me your hand, bow and balance me. Oh sister, please lend me your hand, and you will have Johnny and all of his land. And I'll be true to my love if my love will be true to me. Oh, I never will lend you my hand, bow and balance me. I never will lend you my hand, but I will have Johnny and all of his land. And I'll be true to my love if my love will be true to me. Sometimes she sang and sometimes she swam, bow and balance me. Sometimes she sang and sometimes she swam until she came to the old mill dam. And I'll be true to my love if my love will be true to me. Well, the miller got out his fishing hook, bow and balance me. The miller got out his fishing hook and fished that maiden out of the brook. And I'll be true to my love if my love will be true to me. Oh miller, here's 5 gold rings, bow and balance me. Oh miller, here's 5 gold rings to push that maiden in again. And I'll be true to my love if my love will be true to me. Well, the miller received those 5 gold rings. Bow and balance me. The miller received those 5 gold rings and pushed that maiden in again. And I'll be true to my love will be true to me. Well, the miller was hung in the old mill gate. Bow and balance me. The miller was hung in the old mill gate for drowning little sister Kate. And I'll be true to my love if my love will be true to me. Nice, pretty song about murder. I'm going to do my new song. I released this last week. It's called Part of Your Blindness. And yeah, let me get the words. I don't want to mess up my own words. And it's a new song. I did practice it a lot, especially since I had to record it, but you know, the words are important in this one. So call your family members, call your friends. I had a very surreal week. I went back on Facebook after not having been on Facebook for 5 years, and I found out that that an old bandmate, I was in his rockabilly band. I found out that he died like two and a half years ago, sometime around then, and I have no idea how he died. He wasn't that much older than me, but it's definitely a very strange experience to find that out. What does it mean? So this is about someone who they live on the road and they've never been able to feel at home anywhere, and I kind of have that feeling an awful lot. Like I just feel like I don't belong in places, even when I really do belong there. Like if it's a show I'm playing and I'm supposed to be playing the show, I just somehow feel like I don't belong there, and don't feel like I'm part of a community. Sometimes I feel like I'm just kind of like standing around on the edges of things. Sometimes it goes away, and sometimes it doesn't. I lost track of the story. What's the last thing you said? Did I fall asleep while you were talking, or get lost in my head? But cheap rooms and blacktop, and the stars still look the same. So I'll call you next week from some other place. So to everyone I knew, sometimes leaving's what you do. You were in my blind spot, I'm part of your blindness too. If you want to know your home from far away, you can see. But if you really want to know the truth, here's what's bothering me. Wherever I went, no matter how far I'd go, wherever I'd stay, I'd never called it home. And there's a faint smell to hope that fades as quick as the rain. It's like ozone or blood. It's like the memory of pain. And when closing the curtain, I feel it slipping away. But I hope that I'll find it on some other day. So to everyone I knew, sometimes leaving's what you do. You were in my blind spot, I'm part of your blindness too. And if you want to know your home from far away, you can see. But if you really want to know the truth, here's what's bothering me. Wherever I went, matter how far I'd stay, wherever I'd stay, I'd never call it home. Someday when I'm sated, if I can hold out that long, I'll lay down ambition and confess in a song to everyone I knew. Sometimes leaving's what you do. You were in my blind spot, I'm part of your blindness too. If you want to know your home from far away, you can see. But if you really want to know the truth, here's what's bothering me. Wherever I went, no matter how far I'd go, wherever I'd stay, I've never called it home. Wherever I went, no matter how far I'd go, wherever I'd stay, I'd never called it home. All right, I got a few more minutes. I'm not going to leave everybody with a really sad song. I only had 5 songs on the set list, but when I was digging through songs earlier, I found one that I haven't played in a while. And it's super fun to sing. It's called Entirety. always on my mind. Be my song, honey, always on my mind. My chord, cadence, and key, drum, the dance, the degree. My heart, my head, my home, my blood, my bone, my bones, my every need. Oh love, be my entirety. All right. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm John. Next week we'll have Rob and Kristen from the band Ilyami. That's I-L-Y and I miss you. I love you and I miss you. Yes, I realized I was going to mess up spelling that out loud. I-L-Y-A-I-M-Y. I love you and I miss you. Rob is one of the best guitarists I've ever seen, and Kristen is an awesome cello player, and they sing songs together, and it's great. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you around.